Transfers and permits allow player movements between clubs and associations in PlayHQ whilst ensuring the appropriate approvals are in place from the player's original club. A transfer means a player will completely move clubs and no longer play for their previous club. A permit allows a player to play for an additional club for a selected amount of time. First, check your notification settings for transfers and permits. To ensure your club does not miss any inbound or outbound transfers and permits, you can enable notification emails. Check your notification settings in My Organisation, Overview and Notifications. Next, you can check your transfer and permit settings. Select Transfers and Permits from the main menu and Settings. The transfer and permit settings are defaulted to off. Clubs have the ability to turn on auto approvals for all inbound and outbound transfers and season permits. Toggle on and update and save to make any changes. Transfers and permits can be submitted two ways in PlayHQ. Participants and clubs can both submit transfers and permits. Associations set at their level how transfers and permits can be submitted for your competition. Check with your association if you are unsure what setting has been enabled for your competition. Participant-initiated transfers and permits will allow the participant to submit the request when registering. Based on the registration history of the participant, PlayHQ will know whether they require a transfer or permit, and during the registration process, they will be presented with the option to submit a transfer or permit. This differs to a club-initiated transfer or permit, which is submitted by a club administrator on behalf of the participant. If club-initiated transfers are enabled by your association, select Transfers and New Transfer Request to submit a transfer request. Enter the organisation, competition and season. Enter the details of the player you wish to transfer to your club, including the name of the club the player is currently registered to, and search. Select the player and review the details of the transfer. Select Submit New Transfer Request and Yes, Submit New Transfer Request to start the approval flow of the transfer. You can check the status of the transfer by clicking View. The timeline will show where a transfer is in the approval flow. Once the transfer is approved by all parties, the player will need to register to your club to finalise the transfer. The process is the same to submit a season permit. Navigate to Permits and select Create New Season Permit Request. Enter the fields including the dates you would like the season permit to be valid. Outside of these dates, the player would not be able to be selected in a team. Once the season permit is submitted, the approval flow will start. Once the season permit is approved, the player can be added to a lineup for both competitions. Use the filters in the transfer list to view any transfers pending at your level. To approve or decline a transfer, select View to open the transfer. Select Approve or Decline. If you decline a transfer, you must enter a reason as to why. Once a transfer is approved, you can see it has moved to the next organisation for approval at their level. The process to approve or decline season permits is the same as transfers.